Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving straight into the architecture of wealth. Specifically, we're looking at scaling systems over labor. So, if you've ever felt like you're just constantly grinding but never actually getting ahead, well, we're going to break down exactly how financial independence is literally engineered. Let's just kick things off with a pretty provocative question. Why do most people stay poor? I mean, is it simply because they earn too little money? It's super easy to look at our bank accounts and think, man, if I just had a slightly larger paycheck, that'd fix everything, right? But actually, it's not just about the size of the paycheck. The truth is, they stay poor because they don't understand one simple business rule. It's kind of like this invisible rule that governs exactly how money flows. And today, we are going to make that completely visible for you. All right, so that brings us to our first main section. Part 1. Time versus systems. Okay, so look at this divide. On one side, we have employees. They trade time for money. The second they stop working, boom, the income stops. It's a rigid, honestly exhausting one-to-one ratio. Because, unless you have some magical endless supply of caffeine, you eventually gotta sleep. But then on the flip side, we have business owners. They create earning systems. Their income actually continues without them having to put in that active, minute-by-minute work. So what exactly is a system? Well, a system is a process or structure created by business owners that keeps earning even when they are not working. Basically, you're not just hunting for a better hourly rate anymore. You are successfully decoupling your physical labor from your financial output. You're building an independent machine. Now, let's move on to part 2, the power of scale. To see how this works in the real world, imagine you own a small coffee shop. If you're just focusing on a single transaction, literally just one cup, that profit margin is incredibly tiny. And if your whole business model relies on you personally pouring that one single cup, well, you're absolutely still trapped in that time for money loop. But what if you implement a system to sell 500 cups every single day? Suddenly, you dramatically zoom out from this tiny little margin to a massive outcome. And the kicker? You aren't individually pouring those 500 cups because, honestly, your arms would fall off. Your standardized system is doing it for you. Just look at how this total profit chart completely transforms. That one cup, it yields mere pennies. But scaling up to 500 cups through an automated system, that is how you build a successful business profit. It's basically using systems to multiply those small repeated profits into totally massive outcomes. And that is the true power of scale right there. The owner isn't running around frantic, manning the espresso machine during the morning rush. Instead, they're calmly managing the system that runs the machines. Scale is literally the engine of wealth. Which brings us to our final section, part 3, your wealth machine. I love this quote. Don't just work for money. Learn how money can work for you. I mean, this right here captures the ultimate philosophical shift you absolutely need to break out of that endless paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. It is the core difference between just exhausting yourself for a daily wage and actually engineering a machine that generates wealth in the background. And the reality of this is honestly pretty stark. The vast majority of people, they just have jobs. They focus their whole lives entirely on securing and keeping those jobs. But the richest, they build businesses. They dedicate their energy to building standalone systems. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to ask yourself one thing. What system are you going to start building today so your income actually outlasts your labor? Remember, build systems, not just income. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack all this today. And hey, be sure to follow for more simple business and finance lessons. See you next time.